Welcome to Forging Success, the channel where we explore the fascinating journeys of groundbreaking ideas, businesses, and inventions that aimed for the stars, but sometimes missed and landed a little closer to the ground. From success stories to failures, we uncover the lessons behind every bold move. If you're into learning from the highs and lows of the business world and having a little fun along the way, you're in the right place. Before we jump into today's story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want more videos that break down the weird, wild, and wonderful world of innovation. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. The rise and fall of the Segway. So today's story, the Segway. You've probably seen it before. Those two-wheeled, upright scooters that look like something out of a sci-fi movie. Believe it or not, the Segway was once the hottest thing in tech, the gadget everyone thought would redefine personal transportation. But today, well, let's just say, it's mostly famous for being the butt of a few jokes. But why? What happened? Was it ahead of its time? Priced too high? Or maybe, just maybe, human legs were too stubborn to give up their monopoly on walking? The grand vision, when hype takes over. When Dean came and rolled out the Segway in 2001, people were floored. This was a big deal. Tech media went wild with speculation. They called it Ginger before the name was revealed, and rumors spread faster than dial-up internet. Yep, this was the early 2000s. The idea was simple. It wasn't just another scooter. This was going to revolutionize the way we navigate cities. But let's be honest, it didn't quite work out that way. It was sort of like when a friend promises an epic party, and you show up to find three people awkwardly sipping soda in a corner. Yeah, not exactly the game changer it was supposed to be. The price tag problem. Yes, let's talk about price. $5,000 for one of these bad boys. That's right, if you wanted to be part of the future, you had to shell out enough money to buy a used car. No, seriously, you could buy a whole car. And not just any car, a car that comes with a roof, doors, seats, and an engine that doesn't require you to balance like you're doing circus tricks. The high cost was one of the major reasons the Segway never quite took off, pun intended. While it was cool, not many people were rushing to trade their comfortable, budget-friendly shoes for a $5,000 rolling gadget. How Segway tried to rebrand itself. Okay, so the average person wasn't buying into the Segway craze, but it wasn't all doom and gloom. It did find a niche audience, mall cops, security teams, and guided tour groups. Because, let's be real, nothing says authority like patrolling the mall on a Segway. That's intimidation at 12 miles per hour. But in all seriousness, these groups found practical uses for the Segway. Police officers could zip around urban areas more efficiently, and tourists could get a fun, relaxed ride through cities. Fun fact, Segway tours are still a thing today. So, in a way, it did leave its mark on tourism, at least. Key cultural impact. Pop culture saved it, sort of. What really cemented the Segway in pop culture wasn't its futuristic vision, though. No, it was movies like Paul Blart, Mall Cop, and TV shows where characters rolled around on Segways like clumsy superheroes. You got to hand it to them, Hollywood found a way to make Segways famous, just not in the way Cayman had planned. Who knew that becoming the ride of choice for mall security guards would be the Segway's claim to fame? Not exactly what you'd imagine for the future of transportation. And can we all agree? Paul Blart did make it look kind of fun. What went wrong? The final verdict. So let's break it down. What really went wrong? Sure, the price didn't help, and the awkward leaning motion wasn't exactly winning any style points. But the real issue was much deeper. The Segway was a solution to a problem that didn't quite exist. People just didn't want to stop walking. It's a classic case of misreading consumer needs. Innovation has to solve a real problem, not just present something cool for the sake of being cool. And let's not forget, cities weren't built to accommodate Segways. Sidewalks weren't widened, streets weren't redesigned, and the laws around Segways were fuzzy at best. In the end, the Segway was a visionary idea. Just maybe too much vision and not enough practicality. It tried to leap forward, but humanity wasn't quite ready for it. Well, unless you count mall cops. The lessons we can learn. But don't let the Segway stumble fool you. There are valuable lessons in this story. One key takeaway, even the most hyped tech needs a solid why. Why should people care? Why will this make life easier, better, or more fun? And hey, if you've got a tech startup in mind, keep your price tag a little more grounded, maybe? Also, side note, if you do ever invent something like a flying car, don't call it Ginger. Just don't. The Segway also left its mark on modern transportation. It was one of the first electric personal transport devices, and today we're seeing an explosion of electric scooters and bikes in cities across the world. Maybe we weren't ready in 2001, but fast forward to today, electric mobility is starting to shape the way we move around. The future of personal mobility. So what's next? While the Segway may have tripped, it laid the foundation for future electric transport. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll look back at e-scooters and laugh, just like we do with Segways. But right now, they're buzzing along quite nicely. Thank you very much. As cities evolve, we might even see a resurgence of devices like the Segway, but with smarter tech, better integration, and fingers crossed, a more flattering way to ride them. Maybe we'll get our flying cars after all. And there you have it, the rise and fall of the Segway, a tale of bold dreams, unexpected twists, and a few too many mall cop jokes. It's a story that reminds us that success isn't always guaranteed, even with great ideas. Sometimes it takes more than just innovation. It takes timing, practicality, and a price tag that doesn't break the bank. Thanks for watching. If you love this dive into tech history and want more stories about inventions that tried and sometimes failed, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the community. Until next time, keep dreaming big, and remember, every innovation starts with a single step or a single roll.